Greetings, Recipe Key here with our 10th episode for Initiative Let's Play. And Russia continues to expand, and I've finally gotten enough public support that Zhao here is going to just do a straight up purge on the legislature. It's going to work, hopefully, in large part because they're way over their control capacity. 3.2 bonus is quite large. Not sure why it says that because they're well underneath here, but they must have been over it in the past, so I'm going to try to take advantage of that. And I'm also going for New Zealand. Project Exodus seems to have abandoned it. I want to take it before someone else takes it. I'm not going to spend too much effort, but it's relatively cheap and already has quite a bit of boost. Pretty good at building it, given how the small size. I can build a lot of funding there too. So not a bad country to grab. I can't go for Australia to merge them in together, but maybe someone will kick humanity first out of Australia. Then I can move on to Australia. So I am eyeing those wealthy developed countries because those are the ideal sort of targets, and I've got so much control point capacity. I can merge in Uzbekistan for a bunch more. There's a bunch of tax I'm just not bothering with because, again, I have so much room. But that's the expansion, and hopefully it'll go well. And we are just working on some of those global tax. They'll finish in a few months this year. So that's everything for our starting. All right, so this is, I think, a new event. I don't remember ever seeing this before, but books are being burned. I'm not sure why they're doing that in Serbia, but there's not great options here, so I can lose a lot of education, which will hurt my science. And there's unrest, but that'll take down fine. I pay 2,000, which I'm kind of tempted to do, or I pay 50 ops. We lose a lot of government score and cohesion. I don't think that's a great option either, and that's a lot of government score, 0.5. Or if you're an extremist faction, you can pay a lot less ops and do a bunch of interesting things to it. So yeah, I think we'll just pay money. That's our faction thing, after all, paying money to get what we want, and we'd rather not kind of wreck the country. All right, so we've hit 1.5C. We were getting really close to it by last episode. We're not leaving anyways. I guess we'll pay a little bit of money. I just had a bunch of dividends pay off from one of my councilor's investments, so I got a bunch of extra money back. And public opinion boost. Let's take it. Okay. And our chances have dropped a bit. It looks like Protectorate have improved their they're still, I think they're higher than they were with public opinion, but also maybe their penalty has dropped. But 55% chance to get my foothold in here is actually quite reasonable, so hopefully it works. Find out in just a second. First one-way trip is finished, and I think we've just finished our, yes, we have finished our little first warship, which will be useless against the one alien ship up here, but it will be helpful against humans. So this guy's got point defense. Oh, we're back. Okay, yeah, so we got New Zealand. And yeah, let's just push Unity. No problem there. After all, they're leaving anyways, so they might as well just let us take over Earth. And we're back up to 61%. I'm not sure why, but I'll take it. And it worked. Wonderful. So I'm not going to run Unity for you, though. So let's just run... I mean, we did just say that we're going to try and help deal with global warming, so let's do that in Germany. And also mission control is important. But yeah, we got our first point in Germany. I might need to switch over to crackdowns and stuff now, but we got it. All right, so next mission phase, I'm going to take that second point in New Zealand. There's a new alien councilor that landed in Europe. Not a great place for them to land for me, but we are scouting that out for that extra little bit of Xeno tech bonus. And I've got a pretty good bonus just going for the executive, so I think it's because of this bonus to purge missions against the executive. But I'm going to grab that second point in Germany and start squeezing out the mass media and trade unions into initiative hands as well. And I can see a few crackdown points in Finland, Denmark. Might be good ones to go after. Also, Norway is a free target effectively too. All right, and I almost forgot we have a combat operational ship here. Not the first one. I think this guy was the first combat ship, but we're going to be the first ones to use it. And Red Fort Station here and Joseph Pilsudski Station, we're getting rid of those two. So they don't have anything here. They're just wasting space real estate, you know. And we want that low Earth bonus. So we're going to transfer over. And destroy their hub. Yeah, we're going to destroy the station. Boom. Yeah, they're mad, but so what? And now let's go to the other one. I found some basic platform. We've destroyed that station. Found another basic platform. I want to save the boost because I'm going to probably spend a lot on like Fizzles at some point soonish. And then we're going to go home and resupply. Because I can't tack Humanity First and Resistance, and while ISS and Tiangong Station are interesting to take, they're kind of hard to defend. And I'm going to have a hard time defending stuff, so we'll go back home and have it resupply. And then once those stations are built, in about a month or so, I will build them out. I don't need more science, but there's things you can put on low Earth orbit. All right, so next mission phase, and I'm struggling with control point capacity. And once I take the next point in Germany, it's going to be another 20, so I'll be at 436 right in my cap. So I'm going to finally merge in Uzbekistan. Should save me most of what I need for the last point in Germany. And then I've switched over to transnational investments and coordination to start working on getting more control point capacity. I mean, once this finishes and I can do covert ops, that's another councilor, which will also expand my capacity to control things. But I'm finally hitting that limit. And I'm also, because I just got those two LE orbit options, LE 12 and 13 here. Once they are built next month, I'll be able to then build those admin nodes, get us some extra capacity there too. So there's a lot of expansion going on with control point capacity there. Protectorate 1, extended space survival. They picked Unity, which I actually don't mind. Like, this is going to push me towards getting the final claim tech for Russia and unlocks a lot of other claim techs as well. I might even use a European one, maybe Hungary, to get some things merged together in Europe before I fold them all into Russia. But that's helpful. Not a terrible choice, and I'll probably win this one with all my bonuses. All right, so for the next mission phase, I'm going to take that last point for Germany, which will put me over my cap, but not too much. And otherwise, doing kind of basic things. He is doing public campaign here to push this, so it's in a good spot before I can start investing in other things. I really want him to start switching for advising. I just don't have the mission. And so I've been looking for an org that I could get that would give him that mission, because like I can just drop like a one of these engineering techs or something and replace it with a 1-star that gives me the mission I need, but no such luck so far. Okay, so next mission phase, and I do have an org now that gives me advice. It's not ideal in the slightest. 3 stars I'm paying here for this mission, but none of these other ones have it. So that's what I'm going to use for now. So I'm going to take off these 2 project orgs. And now he has advise. So he can advise Germany. It's a pretty large country. So he'll be assigned there for a while. Yes, I know that there were new ones. And Jun. Try and finish off New Zealand. Oh, you can federate? You can. Before I federate, I'm going to just quickly check the Warsaw Pact project. So yeah, Bratislava. Okay, so yeah, so that would actually be in my interest. So yeah, I'll do that. But I'll sign the next few missions and continue with going through. We're going to get some more control plane capacity in just a few days, which will get me above my limit there. So I am totally fine. Next mission phase, nothing much going on, just sort of marking time as we push Russia and Germany stronger and wait for more room on the control plane capacity. I did switch over to Compact 5. Just want to be ready for when I am actually able to build that colony ship for the Kuiper Belt and kind of go loud with the aliens. They are sending a new ship for surveillance, but that surveillance ship is it's got point defense, so it's gonna be hard for me to kill it and survive. I kind of need either me or someone else, like maybe perhaps the Academy, to pick those low-hanging fruit. Oops. For the energy, high energy lasers, and then infrared combat. But we'll see if they do that. All right, a nice little random event that happened with my one of my science ships that's went on a one-way trip to an asteroid belt body. Reason is asteroid impact on an asteroid. Strangely enough, if I have at least 3 mobile space labs, I get 271, but I also get 271 just by base. I wouldn't call this a bug, but definitely they probably don't intend to give you the exact same amount of science regardless of your mobile space labs. Or I could get some more science and some resources, or the Marines could go out and get me some resources too. It's not a big difference though. But yeah, a little bit of science. Sure, I'll take it. Oh, and we finally have the aliens. We've spotted the aliens doing something. Good, good, good. Another regular mission phase. I am, of course, investigating that abduction that happened in China. Just for the bonus. And I'm spying on people. I'm hoping I can like get a spy into the servants so I can flip this guy. Be nice if I could do that. And there's not much for him to do because I don't really want to try and grab another country. I've got a penalty. I'm only a few points under, so not much point in say like going for Finland or Portugal or whatever I would pick as my next target. Okay, so China just had a natural coup. Servants have been thrown out of power. It's completely open. It's a really expensive, but I'm going to consider... yeah, so let's... It's October. That'd be even... Yeah, so let's go... Need more control point capacity. That actually would be pretty efficient. So let's go management research a little bit. I can get a foothold in there. I might be able to squeeze in. We'll see next mission phase what my options are here. But if I could take points in China, that'd be great. Great second country to add to Russia. Yes. I probably need to research that if I'm actually going for China. So I think I hate to do it, but I need more government score here because if I get it high enough, fast enough, I can start merging in a bunch of these countries based on them getting a lower government score. Yeah, now let's see here. Can you... You do not have much of a chance there. You're a pariah. That hurts. And yeah, the censors. Oh, I don't think I can actually do it. Servants just have way too much popular support right now. Even if I spend maximum money here, which burn through it real fast, it's only 50-50 shot. Funnily enough, you have better odds. Well, you could do it, actually. Not a great chance here. But I think I'll try to do that. I suspect I won't be able to get in before the servants regain control. But we'll see. We'll see. Otherwise, not much else I can do. Unfortunately, Jean here is... You can get upgraded. Let's upgrade your science. So you do a better job there. Yeah, I probably won't get it, but I mean, I'm going to try. Yeah, be nice to try at least. Also, servants are about to get kicked out of South Korea. They're getting invaded by Japan and the United States. Okay, Academy picked terrestrial military science. Not sure why. Okay, we have improved maintenance. That's going to be useful. I suspect, yeah, this is going to go quickly, and we're going to get it. I think we have better science than everyone else. Yeah, I'm not sure why they picked that. I might... I mean, it unlocks some things that are indeed helpful, but... Yeah, I would have expected them to go for, like, sociology or high-energy lasers, but oh well. So yeah, that's doing that, and no one's taken a point yet, although I suspect someone will grab a point for the servants in just a second. Oh. Okay, something blew up. Not sure what's going on there. I'll see if they take a point. They probably will. Oh, they didn't. Yeah, I wonder if they just don't have someone with enough persuasion to actually succeed at taking points. Or maybe they're just kind of full. No, they're not that full. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll set up the mission phases and keep trying to maybe get enough room here that I could grab a point. Okay, so I'm going to unify Albania and Kosovo. That'll save me a little bit of control point capacity, not a ton, but at this point I'm trying to squeeze out as much as I can so I can maybe have room for China. Also turning off economic growth again, as I don't want to grow those economies and make it harder for me to get room. Yeah, still pushing government as hard as I can right here. Up to 3.1? Oh, 3.05. Nearest one would be Georgia, which is I'm basically 2 away, so I need to get another 0.5, and then I would be high enough. Not a lot of room, though. Okay, so quantum encryption complete, which is what gets us covert ops. Hopefully that'll unlock very soon. And I'm going to keep pushing for the Jupiter, or not Jupiter, Kuiper belt, but not prioritize it. Let's prioritize transnational. Yeah, but we'll see, be able to pick something for based on Unity soon too, and hopefully, boom, there's covert ops. So let's switch in covert ops, prioritize it, and after next mission phase, I'll be able to pick out a new councilor. All right, so I'm gonna give up on China. I'm afraid they've already got 2 points, and I'm not sure if it's servant persuasion counselors or aliens. I just noticed they only have 3 mission control. Don't know why they aren't building mission control here. I'll probably have more opportunities. Their inequality is very bad, and so their cohesion is terrible. So I mean, they have a resting unrest of 5.2. They'll improve once they like move their armies back home and stop trying to beat Vietnam. Good luck there. But yeah, I don't think it's worth doing that. So I'm switching Russia back to pushing government, as well as a little bit of mission control. Try to trickle that, and I still want to get government high though, because if I can get the government score high enough and I can start merging in some of these countries, I get more room. And I think also, yes, I'm maxing covert ops. And off screen, I'm going to change my, economy priorities back so I have people growing these economies again. But yeah, unfortunately, it was a great opportunity, but yeah, this public opinion is hard to push there, and servants quickly got in because they have like 60% support. So thanks to investments in government, we've got Warsaw pacified, back to Ukraine for Donetsk. But yeah, we're doing great there. Just finished Alien Flora there. Just quick pickup. That's so expensive, but I probably need to do that. Let's grab... Not you. Don't need that. Well, that's pretty expensive. I think I'll go for more resources while I push there. And in a few days, I'll just let time run. We're going to have, okay, yeah, it's probably good. Deductions, investigate. We're going to be able to pick out a new counselor. Again, that's going to be a investigation themed one. Ooh, yes, crisis. Gonna want that. We found an officer. Okay. What did we get? Okay, I don't care, Denmark. Oh, propulsion. Okay, whatever. Better ECM, but it's not that big of a deal. So let's see who we can get for our counselor. All right, so I want someone with investigation. So this inspector from Bangladesh could be good. Nope. Well, I guess you do have investigate and detain. So doesn't have great traits, but he could work too. No. Theoretically, yes. The fixer too. Operative. You could work too. No, I have a lot of options. No, 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 no. Okay. So my options are really quite a few. I could get the fixer, only 4 investigation, but I can get that higher. He has investigate, has detain, that's the key. Although I would like to have crackdown too. Also doesn't have detain. Iran. Yeah. The espionage penalty is not ideal for being detected. It's, -4. And government's actually not bad for, like, especially for investigation. There's quite a few investigation orgs from the government. And they're a lot harder to target, actually. Yeah, I think I'll go with the operative from Iran. It's also a lot. She's also a lot cheaper too, so she will join the team as our new spy, basically for investigation purposes. And well, it's kind of expensive, but there are investigation options. I'll look around on my org, see if I have anything I would like maybe move over to her to help her with investigation. I don't see anything good. Oh, here we go. Never mind, that's just +1. That's terrible. Yeah, so I'll check the orgs and see what we can do. But we got 30 points now. China's still open, but I just don't think it's worth going for, given I'm not going to have full control and don't really have room and all that. All right, so I've assigned my mission phases. I don't really have much for her to equip. Oliver project gets her +1. That's it. But she'll do some investigation as practice, get her XP up, and I'm not quite sure what else I'll have her do until I can actually run investigations with her. I need to basically hunt for her orgs for her, which I'll be doing. And I'm also boosting the public support here in Italy to try and get ready to start taking it. It's not as valuable as China, but it's a lot easier to hold. And I can eventually merge it into Russia too. All right, so Unity movement is complete. I managed to hold on to it. And what I want, so I want the tier 2 modules that get you the control point capacity. That'd be awesome to have. And you need white collar automation. So I'm actually going to go for applied artificial intelligence, skipping other stuff. And yeah, it looks like I'm maybe going to hold on to terrestrial science too. So I'll probably pick up a minor easy tech like a directed energy or something with that one. All right, well, the Exodus wanted a non-aggression pact, and they also want our lunar base, which it doesn't really produce very much. Certainly not compared to the 2 bases on Mars, and nothing compared to what we would be producing out in the Kuiper Belt, which will be coming up pretty soon when we'll be able to send a ship up. So I'm gonna take this. I'll get an extra low Earth orbit station for some extra control point capacity. I don't actually use up more mission control, which I'm using up quite a bit, so the aliens are getting a little nervous. So I think this is good. And I'll have to do some renovation on Sean Kong Station, but I'll do that off screen. So I'm going to continue pushing Italy and wrap up these last couple of mission phases. Oh, you're trying to steal that, huh? Well, okay. I'm fine with that, I guess. That's all right. Okay, so terrestrial military science. That the I forget which AI picked it. They picked it. I finished it, and I think it's now time to pick up, at long last, lasers. That'll finish within a single mission phase, effectively. Yeah. And I also think this is a good place to stop. So we have Germany now. We do not have China. Servants are slowly creeping back in, but that's okay. They'll probably lose it. They're going to have trouble holding on with the really high inequality that they're running, and with their war in Vietnam. Have fun with that, servants. So things are, I think, quite going quite well. And with Saturn to finish, we just have one more global tech before we could start sending the ship. Construction module unlocked. So I'm pushing that. And then that's going to unlock the fission platform and fission outpost kits. That'll be what I need to colonize Cooper Belt and take advantage of that very juicy water, volatiles, etc. So if you enjoyed this latest episode, if you did, please comment, like, and or subscribe so others can find this video too. And I will see you all next week.